Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be sharing my whole interview experience, that which questions were asked to me. Also I will be sharing the questions which were asked to my friends in my college. So yeah, I think this video will be a very informative video, and I'm making this video because many people asked me in LinkedIn that please make such a video which has the interview questions which were asked to you or were asked in your college. So yeah, I will be sharing all the questions. So without wasting our time, let's get started into the video. Let me first share you the process of the interview. After clearing the 3 rounds, that is cognitive and technical assessment, coding round and the communication round, you will receive a mail. In that mail, you will be asked to choose the slot for your interview. They will give a particular date that on this day you will be having your interview, and they will ask you to select a particular slot. That may be 9 to 10 or 10 to 11 or something like that. So yeah, I selected my slot around 11:30. So choosing a correct slot is also necessary. Generally, I would recommend you not to choose the early morning slot, that is 9 a.m. because in the morning they get to interview you first, so they will ask a lot of questions. So that slot is not safer, and also I won't recommend the slot after lunch or just before lunch, because just before lunch the person is hungry and he or she can just sue you. So yeah, and after lunch also they are in so much energy, so they can ask you a lot of questions. So this is just a trick. You can choose any slot if you know everything, but still I'm sharing this, maybe this helps you. So yeah, I chose my slot 11:30 a.m. Now let me share my experience, that what questions were asked. Come to the questions. You will be receiving a meeting link. You should log in before 5 minutes. If you apply for on campus, then there will be a group in which they will coordinate that please join the meeting or something. If you face any issue, then they will help you, and you have to log in 5 minutes before. You should try to log in and they will just accept your login. I mean, they will give you entry. When you click on the meeting link, first you will have to wait in the lobby, and then after few minutes they will give you entry to the meeting. After that, you will find that there will be 2 person. One will be from HR and other one will be technical person. So first they will introduce themselves, and then they will ask you to say something about yourself. So you should prepare a very nice intro, because guys, that first impression is the last impression. So yeah, you have to give a nice intro. But generally people get so nervous that they just ruin their first impression. But in that case, just don't be nervous, don't be negative, just stay positive and move much into your interview. Move forward and give your interview very well. It happens that you say good evening instead of good afternoon, or you say good morning instead of good evening. But you should keep this in your mind. This is a very silly mistake, but you should always remember this, that you shouldn't make such mistake. It will create a bad impact if you do such silly mistakes. But yeah, it's okay if you say it wrong. Just don't get nervous. Move forward to your interview. After introducing yourself well, they will move into your project. So now you will ask me that how should I introduce myself? So a very nice way to introduce yourself is that you should just start with your name, that hello, good morning, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Gargi and I have done my BTech from blah 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 university, and then I have worked on projects, this and that projects. I have my hobby, blah blah blah, and then you just focus more in your technologies and projects. You know, a key rule is that the direction of your interview totally depends on you. If you move your interview to your project's direction, it will move into your project's direction. So yeah, next they will just ask you that, as you said about your project, then tell me about your this project. So in my case also happened that I introduced myself, and then I talked about my project, that I have worked on this project, and then they asked me that please explain those projects. I started explaining. So my project was a smart home automation. So that I made using Atmega 16 microcontroller and many sensors. While explaining my project, I mentioned that I worked with 3 members. So they just asked me that if I change the technology, then how it will work. The first question was that. They asked me that how can I use IoT. I said that I can use ESP. So yeah, in this way they asked few questions related to project. And then they asked me, did you face any issue in making project? Did you face any problem? Any hurdles came? Then I just said whatever problems I faced, that error came or components were not there. In such a way I answered. And then they asked me, how did you solve these problems? Then I just replied them. After that they said that I see that you worked on a team, so were you a team leader or team member? So I worked on various projects before. In few projects I was the team lead, and in some of the projects I was team member. So I replied in that way that yeah, I work in both the role, so I'm comfortable in any of the role. I explained them about my team leader qualities and my team member quality. So yeah, in this way it happened. And then they asked were there any issue between you members, team members. So yeah, that sort of questions were asked. After that HR question was asked that would you like to be a team member or team leader? And he asked me my hobbies, and he also asked me in your college did you face any problem while being a team leader, how did you solve it? So yeah, I just explained it. So these were some questions, and general questions were asked that are you comfortable with relocation? What do you think about Accenture? Why do you want to join our company? Being a girl, can you relocate? Are you comfortable on night shift? So yeah, these were some questions. I hope it helps you. Now I will be reading some questions which were asked to my friends. Okay, so one of my friends said that project पूछा था जो कॉलेज में हुआ था, कोई भी टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछा, नॉर्मल टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन, बेसिक क्वेश्चंस पूछा. Most of the people are saying that project से ही पूछ रहे हैं. See, I said na that they will ask you questions related to your project. So yeah, someone said that यार situation based question पूछा था. So what was her question? Let's read. There were 2 friends. मूवी पर जाना था, बट तुम्हारे बीच कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है मूवी को लेकर, तो तुम अपने फ्रेंड को कैसे मनाओगे? So the question was that there were 2 friends and your friend want to watch another movie and you want to watch another movie. So how will you convince your friend? Another girl says that she was asked what had been the potential hurdles before you that could turn into opportunities in future. Another girl says कि कैसे प्रोजेक्ट साथ में without any issues complete किया. Means that how did you guys completed your project without any issues. Another girl share her whole experience, that introduction, not technical question but HR questions on project, the challenges faced about the team, technologies in trend, least favorite subject, then what was the strategy to read. That means what is your least favorite subject and how did you manage to study that subject. Another girl says that basic hobbies were asked. Any disputes in team, how did you manage? This is a common question. This was asked to me and most of the people. Someone is saying, यार easy peasy है, बस तुम्हें बोलना आना चाहिए. She says that your communication skills should be very good. You know, I mean, at least you can convince. You should communicate well. One girl says that 15 मिनट रहा मेरे बारे में पूछा, हॉबीज पूछा, प्राउड मोमेंट पूछा, प्रोजेक्ट पूछा, टीममेट्स, यही सब. Means her interview was for 15 minutes and she was asked to introduce herself, her hobbies, and what was her proud moment, her project, teammates, and all. One girl says that technical bhi data structures में से. So yeah, few data structure and algorithm questions were asked. So yeah, that's it. There were few questions. I hope it helps you a lot, and thanks to my friends who shared their experience. So at last you will be asked that do you have any queries or do you want to ask any question. So generally my junior says that इसका क्या आंसर दूँ, I mean क्या पूछूँ जब सामने से पूछा जाए कि क्या क्वेरी है. So dear, you should ask anything which is in your mind. I asked in my time, I asked that how is the work from home thing is going on, when will the office reopen, and I asked that when I will join Accenture, then in which technologies I will work on. And I also asked that what are your expectations from we freshers. So yeah, there were some questions. You should ask 2 to 3 questions. You shouldn't ask so many questions, else you know you will just ruin everything. So yeah, you should ask 2 questions. That's it. So these were my interview experience and also my friends' questions I shared with you. So I would like to give you few tips to crack the interview. So first tip would be that take your interview slot between 11 or 12. It will help you because you come to know the question asked to other people who gave their interview in early morning. That questions gets repeated, so yeah, it will help you. The second tip is that in my previous video I shared various HR questions in my description box. So just go through those questions, prepare those questions very well. The third tip is that give your introduction very well, very well. Just practice your introduction in front of mirror. Just notice your expression, your movement of hands, your posture. So yeah, your posture should be very nice, and they should feel that yeah, I'm hiring a human. So this is a tip. And the fourth would be that the most important thing, your confidence. You shouldn't be nervous. Just chill. If you don't crack this interview, there are lots of other companies. Yeah, you will go where destiny wants. So just have faith on yourself and just have confidence. Then you can crack any interview. So this would be my last tip. I hope you all crack the Accenture's interview and join us guys soon. So yeah, all the best and welcome to Accenture. One more thing guys, in the last video I got lots of love and support in my DMs. I'd like to see many such reviews on my comment section below. Just comment there if you have any question and if you want any more such content so that I can create. And please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and thank you. Bye.